Pope Francis proclaims Year of Saint Joseph with the apostolic letter Patris Corde, with a father's heart. Pope Francis recalls the 150th anniversary of the declaration of Saint Joseph as patron of the Universal Church. To mark the occasion, the Holy Father has proclaimed the Year of Saint Joseph from today, the 8th of December 2020, to the 8th of December 2021. Without exaggeration, the Church has done more to promote Saint Joseph in the last 150 years than in the previous 1,800 years of Christianity. But why now? Why Saint Joseph? There are many reasons, but I believe there are two that are especially important. First, we need the spiritual fatherhood of Saint Joseph to help us protect marriage and the family. Marriage and the family have always been under attack, but in modern times, the threats have reached extraordinary heights. Many people no longer know what it means to be a man or a woman, let alone what constitutes a marriage and a family. Many countries even claim to have redefined marriage and the family. There is great confusion on these matters. Greater confusion than in any previous era of human history. The servant of God Senior Lucia dos Santos, the longest-lived visionary of the Fatima apparitions, knew the seriousness of the times and made a powerful statement about this issue. She wrote, "The final battle between the Lord and the kingdom of Satan will be about marriage and the family. To combat and overcome Satan's deceptions, the Church needs Saint Joseph. His example and protection are the only way out of the confusing mess we are in. Who else can we turn to who can help us understand what marriage and the family are all about if not to the head of the Holy Family and our spiritual father? Second, the entire world needs to be re-evangelized, including the vast majority of baptized Christians. Saint Joseph was the first missionary. Today, he desires again to bring Jesus to the nations. Many nations and cultures that were previously Christian have fallen away from their Christian roots and are on a path of self-destruction. Countries once established on Judeo-Christian principles have become overrun by ideologies and organizations that seek to strip society of all that is sacred. Without a major turnaround, civilization itself is going to self-destruct. In an apostolic exhortation on Saint Joseph in 1989, Saint John Paul II reminded us of the necessity of invoking Saint Joseph in the work of re-evangelizing the world. He wrote, "This patronage of Saint Joseph must be invoked as ever necessary for the Church, not only as a defense against all dangers, but also, and indeed primarily, as an impetus for her renewed commitment to evangelization in the world and to re-evangelization in those lands and nations where religion and the Christian life were formerly flourishing and are now put to a hard test. Now is the time to consecrate yourself to Saint Joseph. God is telling His Church that, in order to defend marriage and the family, elevate morals, recover lost ground, and win souls for Jesus Christ, we need to bring Saint Joseph onto the battlefield. He is the terror of demons. With his powerful spiritual fatherhood, incredible love for his spiritual children, and constant intercession, the Church can be renewed as a light to the nations." What exactly is consecration to Saint Joseph? In other words, what does it mean for a person to be consecrated to Saint Joseph? Well, it basically means that you acknowledge that he is your spiritual father, and you want to be like him. To show it, you entrust yourself entirely to his paternal care so that he can help you acquire his virtues and become holy. Total consecration to Saint Joseph means you make a formal act of filial entrustment to your spiritual father so that he can take care of your spiritual well-being and lead you to God. The person who consecrates himself to Saint Joseph wants to be as close to their spiritual father as possible, to the point of resembling him in virtue and holiness. Saint Joseph, in turn, will give those consecrated to him his loving attention, protection, and guidance. Perhaps someone reading this has already consecrated themselves entirely to the Blessed Virgin Mary, and is wondering if they can consecrate themselves to Saint Joseph and entrust everything to him, as well. The answer is a resounding yes. God desires that all children be committed to the love and care of a mother and a father. You are not a member of a single-parent spiritual family. Mary is your spiritual mother, and Saint Joseph is your spiritual father. The spiritual fatherhood of Saint Joseph is extremely important for your spiritual growth. Total consecration to Mary is not diminished by total consecration to Saint Joseph. Mary wants you to consecrate yourself to Saint Joseph. Jesus wants you to consecrate yourself to Saint Joseph. Everything you have given to Jesus and Mary can also be given to Saint Joseph. The hearts of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph are one. So is there a book that offers a method of consecration to Saint Joseph? Yes, there is. It's called Consecration to Saint Joseph, The Wonders of Our Spiritual Father, and it follows a method similar to the tried and true 33-day preparation method employed by Saint Louis de Montfort in his Marian consecration. The 33-day program can be done by individuals, parishes, and entire dioceses. Through this program, I hope to spark the first worldwide movement of consecration to Saint Joseph.